Hey, come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're gonna be talking about the UAPs, the UFOs, aka the alien invasion that's happening over USA, over the US soil, in particular, New Jersey. If you live in New Jersey, keep your head on a swivel, y'all. We don't know if this is real or fake. We don't know if this plotted, planned, or really an invasion of unknown proportion. We never been through this before. I know I never been through this in all my years being in this earth. I never seen anything like this. This is brand new to us. So we're gonna get into this video that I found on YouTube concerning the UAPs, the drones, the UFOs, the aliens, or is this just Project Bluebeam? There's so many things and stories out here these days. We don't know which one to follow, which one is true. But guess what? The people are not even really worried about it. People are just going on by their regular life. People just doing what they do, going to work, going to school, the usual. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. I found this very interesting, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, I haven't seen this video yet, so we will be reacting live and direct at the same time that I'm seeing it. You'll be seeing it. So yeah, subscribe to my page for more videos like this and all kind of stuff. We're gonna just be covering all kind of topics and situations on this channel. So yeah, get ready, grab your snacks. Let's get straight to it.
Reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey.
What the hell? Okay, something's going on. Something's going on.
There are growing calls this afternoon for action as these mysterious objects continue to be reported.
The skies over New Jersey are breaking every rule of reality. Within the last 24 hours, a drone-sized orb might have recharged mid-flight right in front of stunned witnesses.
Might have recharged mid-flight. How you recharge mid-flight? Do that make sense? Whatever doing that, we need that technology. Cause yeah, I need some of that free energy. If it didn't have to have a source to recharge, what kind of technology is that? And by the way, you see what this lady doing right here? You see this? That's against the law. That'll get you locked up, because you'll mess around and be shining that laser at the wrong aircraft. It could be a damn personal plane or somebody trying to go home, or whatever the case may be. So be careful with what you're doing. I seen the video of somebody shooting at one of those UAPs. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We don't want to start no war with the aliens now. I don't want to start no war with the aliens. So chill out.
But that's just the beginning. Reports are flooding in of drones behaving like they're alive, splitting apart, vanishing into thin air, and pulling gravity-defying stunts that no human-made machine could handle. Tune in as the skies unveil a reality too terrifying to ignore. New Jersey's unseen aerial threats. Friday night, McGuire Air Force Base was out of commission for 4 hours. Why? Tiny, unidentified drones were spotted buzzing near the base. Med-flight pilots were warned about heavy unmanned aircraft systems. Oh, and let's not forget the red circular objects zipping around, clearly not your average flying toys. Weird doesn't even begin to cover it. But then it vanished at impossible speed, leaving only questions behind. It's not just the objects themselves, it's how they behave. Some look like they're firing projectiles. Others seem to release thick trails of mist or chemicals that just hang in the air. One even appeared to go vertical like it had no regard for gravity. Theories are everywhere. Chemtrails, secret government tests, extraterrestrial visitors. Pick your poison. Meanwhile, back on the ground, millions of birds are fleeing New Jersey like it's a disaster movie. What's spooking them? Could it be the same phenomenon causing these mysterious aerial...
So the birds out there that deep flocking around, and they not going in a certain direction. They look like they were flying in circles. That's concerning. Honestly, that's concerning. But what about this thing right here? Like, this looks like, this is what they call in the Orbs, I'm guessing. It's like a jellyfish in the air, like the water's down below and above, like what the Bible say. Cause look, what's going on? That look like it's floating in the water. It looks like when you look at a planet through a telescope, through one of the amateur telescopes, in which you will see like it looks like this. If you just look it up, amateur telescopes looking at the planets, like this is similar. But what's going on? if this is like some government type of stuff, like, or like some projections or some, I don't know what we'll call it at this point. We're gonna get to the bottom of it soon, though, family. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. But let's go ahead and continue this video. I just want to express my concerns because it's like a jellyfish. What is that? That's crazy.
Antics? It's hard to say, but when birds are acting like the apocalypse is coming, it's probably worth paying attention.
Strange bird behavior happening in New Jersey right now.
And then there's the nuclear angle. A report from earlier this month mentions a radioactive source lost in transit. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe these drones, or whatever they are sniffing out radiation. It's not as far-fetched as it sounds when you consider military tech that can refuel mid-flight. Why wouldn't they have drones capable of recharging or detecting hazardous materials? But let's circle back to those red orbs. They've been spotted darting out to the ocean and back at blinding speeds. Could they be some kind of charging station for the smaller white orbs? Theories abound, but hard evidence is scarce. Whatever they are, they're clearly not following FAA regulations. The White House and FBI are playing it cool, offering vague reassurances that everything is under control. But if it's so under control, why are air bases shutting down? And why are there no clear answers? It's like they're dangling just enough information to keep us guessing without actually explaining anything. And then there's the timing. All of this started ramping up after that radioactive material went missing. Coincidence? Maybe not. If these objects are scanning for something, it could explain their erratic behavior and the sheer number of sightings. But why not just tell us? The silence is almost as suspicious as the phenomena themselves.
Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should.
As the footage keeps rolling in, one thing's clear. We're dealing with something unprecedented. Whether it's experimental tech, a global phenomenon, or something out of this world, the truth is still up there. And until we get answers, the speculation game is wide open. Keep your eyes on the skies and your cameras ready. Whatever this is, it's not over yet. Adding layers of complexity to the mystery, the number of reported sightings grows every day. Witnesses claim these objects exhibit capabilities far beyond.
What did I just see? That's crazy. I can't even go back to it. Hold on. What's going on? That look like fireworks. That don't look like, I know these aren't all drones. If that's all drones, we in for a rude awakening around here. Stuff finna change out here. If these are drones, I ain't going outside. No. I'm gonna have to get everything delivered to my house, like for everything. I'm not going to the grocery store. I'm not, man. I don't look. If these are if these are the UAPs and these are aliens, but what if they harmless? What if they here to help us? What? Cause they said that when it first started, it was about the radioactive material that went missing. What if they trying to save us from a catastrophe, a world-ending situation, and they just here to like make sure that we don't mess each other up? Not we, them, whoever controlling the radioactive ingredients. Like why do we have that out here anyway? Why do we make things that are capable of destroying the planet that we live on? And we got families and the animals and the plants. It's so beautiful in this world. Why do we have all these things? Like what's going on? It made me feel like people aren't in control. It's something deeper going on. Because why would a person want to destroy his habitat, his place that he called home? E.T. home phone type shit. But yeah, let's get back to it.
Abilities far beyond our understanding. Sudden bursts of acceleration, seemingly impossible turns, and the ability to vanish into thin air make them a challenge to track even for experts. Some reports detail luminous trails left behind, trails that seem to dissipate as quickly as they appear, almost as if these objects are playing with the very fabric of reality. Another fascinating aspect is their interaction with our environment. From causing electrical disruptions to seemingly spooking wildlife, these phenomena aren't just a spectacle for the eyes. Entire neighborhoods have reported brief power outages coinciding with sightings, and car alarms blare in unison as these orbs float overhead. It's as if they're probing the world below, testing reactions or perhaps collecting data. Then there's the undeniable global connection. In addition to the United States, countries like Brazil and Mexico are seeing similar occurrences. Video evidence shows eerie similarities, objects performing identical maneuvers and emitting the same peculiar lights. Is this a coordinated effort, a shared technology, or something even stranger? Let's also address the patterns emerging and where these objects are spotted. They're frequently reported near military installations, nuclear facilities, and major metropolitan areas. Coincidence, or a deliberate focus on places of strategic importance? If these are reconnaissance missions, the implications are chilling. Advanced aerial surveillance on this scale could indicate an intelligence far beyond what we've ever encountered. A critical question remains: why now? What has triggered this surge in sightings and activity? Some speculate it's a response to increased global tensions, a warning or observation from forces unknown. Others point to advancements in personal technology. Maybe we're just better equipped to document what's always been there. Either way, the timing feels too significant to ignore. Skeptics argue that much of this can be chalked up to misidentified aircraft, drones, or even elaborate hoaxes. But when you've got seasoned pilots and radar operators scratching their heads, the usual explanations fall short. These aren't random hobbyists with cheap toys. We're talking about objects that defy conventional physics and evade detection in the most secure airspaces.
Identified aerial vehicles then move in perfect formation, their purpose unknown.
One of the most compelling elements of this saga is how it challenges our understanding of reality. If these objects are indeed extraterrestrial or interdimensional, they force us to reconsider our place in the universe. Are we truly alone? Or are we part of a much larger interconnected cosmic web? As speculation intensifies, the call for transparency grows louder. Citizens, scientists, and even lawmakers are demanding answers. Recent disclosures about UFOs from military sources have only fueled the fire. If governments know more than they're letting on, withholding that information serves no one. People want clarity, not cryptic statements or dismissive reassurances. Until then, the mystery deepens. Every new sighting adds another layer of intrigue, another piece to a puzzle that seems almost unsolvable. What's happening above our heads is extraordinary, unnerving, and utterly captivating. Keep looking up. The sky might just hold the answers we've been searching for. What's falling to the ground is as strange as what's in the air. Burn marks, silent flights, and shaken witnesses. Let's not overlook the increasing physical evidence emerging alongside witness accounts. Burn marks on the ground, unusual soil samples, and even electromagnetic anomalies have been documented in areas where these objects were reportedly seen. Researchers are scrambling to analyze these clues, but the findings remain inconclusive. It's as though the phenomena leave just enough evidence to spark curiosity, but not enough to draw concrete conclusions. The media has also been playing a role in shaping public perception. Some outlets approach the topic with skepticism, often dismissing reports as hysteria or hoaxes. Others, however, are beginning to take it more seriously, featuring in-depth analyses and interviews with credible witnesses. This shift in narrative suggests that even the most skeptical are starting to acknowledge that something is happening, even if they can't explain what it is. Social media, too, has become a battleground for theories and evidence. Videos, photos, and first-hand accounts are being shared at an unprecedented rate, creating a virtual repository of information that anyone can access. While this democratization of information is exciting, it also comes with challenges. Misinformation and doctored footage muddy the waters, making it harder to separate fact from fiction. Yet the sheer volume of content being uploaded daily makes it impossible to ignore the phenomenon.
Went up real fast. A plane? I can't tell, but it is. Whoa, is that moving quick?
In addition to sightings and physical evidence, there are reports of auditory phenomena accompanying these objects. Witnesses describe hearing low-frequency hums, sudden booms, or even eerie silence as the objects pass overhead. These auditory cues add another layer of complexity, hinting at technologies that manipulate sound or interact with the environment in ways we don't yet understand. And then there's the psychological impact. People who've had close encounters often report feelings of awe, confusion, or even fear. Some describe a sense of being watched or studied, while others claim to have experienced temporary memory lapses or disorientation. These accounts suggest that whatever is happening isn't just a visual phenomenon, it's affecting people on a deeply personal level. With every new detail, the story becomes more intricate, more compelling, and more urgent. Whether these phenomena represent a threat, an opportunity, or simply a mystery to be solved, one thing is certain: we're on the cusp of a new era of understanding. The question is, are we ready for what we might discover? The skies over New Jersey have taken on a whole new level of weirdness lately. Imagine this: people all over the state are spotting drones that seem to break every rule in the book. Giant, silent, impossibly fast, and pulling stunts that would make a fighter jet jealous. These aren't your run-of-the-mill backyard drones. Nope, these things are turning heads and freaking out just about everyone who sees them. It started small, just a few sightings.
Wait a minute, what's going on? How you go that fast and then just stop like that? What if it's somebody on the ground with a spotlight? And it can't be. That's not a spotlight. That's not a spotlight. And then sometimes they in clear skies where it ain't no clouds. It's like, and they'll disappear. Now, what if these been going on but we thought they were shooting stars and things of that nature? But the whole time they was these drones, these UAPs. But they're not, I don't feel like they're from a different, I don't think they're from outside of our planet. I think they from here. I think they come from just the far out excursions of the world, like Antarctica or maybe just the ocean. Because they did repeatedly say that the drones were emerging from the ocean. And then that's when they was being spotted in New Jersey. So put your comments below what you think was going on for real. But let's get back to this video.
Sightings in quiet neighborhoods and sleepy towns. But before long, the reports exploded. People claimed they saw drones the size of SUVs, lit up with steady lights that didn't blink. And get this, they didn't make a sound. They'd hover like they were sizing up the scene, then shoot off at speeds no normal drone could handle. And those moves? Sharp turns, sudden stops, even disappearing into thin air. These weren't tricks you'd learn from a YouTube tutorial. Then came the tech glitches. Picture this: your compass spinning like it's had one too many, your GPS throwing a tantrum, and your phone deciding it's time for a nap. Hikers in the Pine Barrens were especially rattled. They were used to relying on their gear to guide them through the woods, but suddenly it was like someone hit the off switch. Some even reported feeling dizzy or disoriented, like their own bodies were short-circuiting. Whatever these drones were, they weren't just playing nice with the local tech. Naturally, people turned to the authorities for answers. Big mistake. The responses were all over the place. Homeland Security waved it off, saying there was no threat. The FAA claimed there were no unauthorized flights, and the
So what gets me is that they're saying there's no threat and all these things, which make me think that they got something to do with it. How do you just consider it no threat? Do you see what's going on with the birds, with the cars? These are cars that are off and they are blinking in unison. The vibration of these objects that's flying through the air is amazing. It's like people have the eerie feeling like somebody watching them, or they said that you can't even hear them in their biggest SUVs. Now they said that they found one that crashed into the ground. We're gonna get into that in a little while. If they don't show nothing about that in this video, I don't know. But if they don't, we're gonna look into it ourselves. But let's get back to it.
FBI? They might as well have shrugged and said probably stars or airplanes, because a star just zooms around your neighborhood and then vanishes, right?
Not a plane. That is a drone in the airspace.
The explanations didn't cut it, and the number of reports kept climbing. Things got even sketchier when people realized where these drones were showing up. Some were spotted near places like Picatinny Arsenal, a military research hub, and the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster. What's the deal with that? Were these drones spying on something important, or were they being tested by some shadowy group? Either way, it's not exactly comforting. And then there were the other weird side effects. In one neighborhood, the power went out just as 3 drones flew overhead. In another, car alarms all went haywire while glowing orbs floated nearby. It's like these things were messing with everything around them, not just the magnetic fields. People started connecting the dots, but the picture wasn't getting any clearer, just creepier. The governor eventually called for federal help, and one state senator even suggested banning all drone activity until things got sorted out. But let's be real, nobody's coming out with a straight answer anytime soon. Was this some kind of futuristic weapon, aliens on a recon mission, or maybe the most elaborate hoax in New Jersey history? Whatever it was, it had people spooked. While officials tried to play catch-up, the internet did what it does best, go full-on conspiracy mode. Videos of the drones went viral, with amateur sleuths analyzing every pixel. Theories ranged from interdimensional travelers to secret government projects. Some said the drones were slipping between realities. Others claimed they were testing next-level surveillance tech. And of course, there was the classic "It's Aliens" crowd, convinced these were extraterrestrial visitors with mysterious agendas. What made it harder to brush off were the similar reports popping up worldwide. Places like Brazil and Mexico started sharing footage of drones pulling the same stunts.
I can't doubt what it is. Whoa, was that moving quick?
It wasn't just a New Jersey thing anymore. This was going global. The idea that this was all random? Forget it. There was clearly something bigger going on. Back in New Jersey, some hard evidence started surfacing. After one dramatic sighting, locals found a field with strange burn marks in soil that seemed to have magnetic properties. Scientists who checked it out were stumped. Was it natural? Man-made? Nobody could say for sure. And then there were the engineers who tracked electromagnetic spikes in the area. Their findings lined up perfectly with the drone sightings, but beyond that, they were as clueless as everyone else. Let's not forget the psychological toll this was taking. People who saw the drones weren't just shaken up, some felt like they were being watched, really watched. A few even claimed they had vivid dreams afterward, full of strange symbols and voices speaking in gibberish. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but for these folks, it was all too real. The lights above New Jersey keep getting stranger. The lights above Jersey. This isn't going away anytime soon. Whether it's cutting-edge tech, aliens, or something we haven't even thought of yet, New Jersey is smack in the middle of it. The truth might be out there, but for now, it's hiding behind those strange lights in the sky. And until someone figures it out, we'll all be left wondering what's next. The number of sightings continued to increase, and every new report added more bizarre details to the growing mystery. People began documenting the encounters with high-definition cameras and thermal imaging equipment. These weren't just grainy videos shot on outdated phones, these were clear, undeniable visuals of something truly out of the ordinary. The drones moved in synchronized patterns that suggested an intelligence behind their operations, and their appearance often coincided with sudden temperature drops, even on warm summer nights.
So, let the government explain this. How are drones spawning from other drones or orbs? I done seen the videos where multiple lights came out of one light. They kept shooting them out, and then they just float around, and then they move in unison like a symphony. It's crazy out here, y'all. Keep y'all eyes on the sky. You hear me, baby? Damn.
The chills in the air weren't just physical, they seeped into the mood of anyone witnessing these events. Some residents began setting up nightly watch groups, turning their backyards into makeshift observation stations. Armed with telescopes, binoculars, and even radar apps, they became amateur investigators determined to crack the case. These groups shared their findings online, building a network of people just as obsessed with solving the mystery. One group claimed to have tracked a drone for over 15 miles, only to lose it when it vanished without a trace. Another group, stationed near the coast, reported that the drones sometimes emerged from the ocean itself, defying gravity as they ascended into the sky. Reports of physical traces left behind by these drones also started circulating. A farmer in South Jersey woke up to find his cornfield flattened in a perfectly symmetrical pattern with no signs of human or mechanical intervention.
They're coming really fast too. They're either running.
The soil underneath was scorched, emitting a faint metallic smell that lingered for days. Scientists who examined the area were baffled, unable.
So, back in like a couple of years back, I used to see videos about crop circles and the mysterious ways that these crop circles just would appear overnight. Is it these UFOs? Is it these drones? It has to be. It has to be some type of connection with that. And if it is like the government or an organization that's doing this behind the scenes, they've been practicing. They've been playing with these things like out of the way, not in the city lights, not where everybody could see. But I guess they got it upgraded. I guess their technology is so good now that they could bring it to the public without fear, knowing that they could control it. This is wild. I like it though. I like the complicity of this whole situation. So yeah, let's get back to it though.
Able to determine the source of the heat or the cause of the damage. Theories ranged from advanced propulsion systems to energy weapons, but nothing could be confirmed. Whatever was happening, it was clear that these drones weren't just passive observers. Local artists and writers began drawing inspiration from the phenomenon, creating works that captured the eerie, otherworldly nature of the events. Murals of glowing drones against dark skies began popping up in urban areas, while poets wrote about the uneasy feeling of being watched. The drones had become a part of New Jersey's cultural fabric, blending fear and fascination into something almost surreal. Despite the growing evidence and public outcry, official responses remained frustratingly vague. When pressed for answers during a town hall meeting, one local official stammered through a generic statement about safety and ongoing investigations. It was clear that whatever they knew, if they knew anything at all, they weren't sharing it with the public. This only fueled the belief that something significant was being hidden, whether for national security reasons or something far more ominous. Speculation about the origins of the drones continued to spiral. Some suggested that the drones were operated by private corporations conducting secret experiments. The proximity of certain sightings to tech hubs and research facilities lent some weight to this theory. Others were convinced that the drones were extraterrestrial in nature, a belief supported by the lack of identifiable technology or propulsion systems. A smaller but equally vocal group argued that the phenomenon was a psychological operation designed to manipulate public perception. According to this theory, the drones weren't real at all, but a high-tech illusion orchestrated to distract from more pressing issues. As time went on, the mystery only deepened. Efforts to track the drones using radar and satellite imagery often came up empty, as though the objects were deliberately evading detection. Attempts to intercept them with other drones or aircraft proved futile, with the mysterious devices outmaneuvering their pursuers every time. Even the military seemed unable or unwilling to engage with the phenomenon, leaving citizens to fend for themselves in their search for answers. One particularly chilling incident occurred during a high school football game in central Jersey. Midway through the game, 3 drones appeared overhead, their lights casting an eerie glow over the field. Players and spectators alike froze, their eyes fixed on the sky. The drones hovered silently for several minutes before performing a series of rapid, intricate maneuvers and disappearing into the night. The event left everyone shaken, and the game was called off as people rushed home to process what they had just witnessed. The phenomenon had drawn the attention of national media, with news outlets running headlines about New Jersey's mystery drones and the growing wave of paranoia surrounding them. Documentaries and podcasts devoted to the subject sprang up almost overnight, featuring interviews with witnesses, experts, and conspiracy theorists. The story had become a full-blown cultural phenomenon, capturing the imaginations of people far beyond the state's borders. What do you think these mysterious objects really are? Advanced military experiments, extraterrestrial visitors, or something beyond comprehension? Let us know what you think below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, so at the end of the day gotta end, first of all. Shout out to Glorilla for that quote. But my thoughts on this is we won't know until 2025, probably later, what's really going on. But I feel like it can be like a setup to try to scare the public and get them in the house again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just for entertainment purposes. I'm just giving my thoughts. I'm not blaming anybody for doing this, but I kind of hope it is, because if this is the real deal and we dealing with extraterrestrials, or a life form that we never seen before, that we're not used to, that seems to be more technically advanced in their technologies, then we up for a rude awakening, because we thought we were the top of the food chain. What if this is the reason that the capstone is not on the top of the pyramids in Giza? What if this is one of the reasons why? Because we're not the top. We're not the apex. What if it's a predator out here? What if they're not predators, and we assume they are, and we provoke them to do something bad just to control the people? I don't know what you think about these narratives. I'm just throwing thoughts out there at this point. I'm new to this, just like you are and everybody else is. I just don't like the fact that the government is saying that it's nothing to worry about. But maybe they're right, because I haven't seen anything that made them seem like they are a threat. But who knows what's to come? Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'm gonna leave it at that with this video. We're gonna make more videos. I actually been clickbaited into this video because it says New Jersey drone footage that went viral in the last 24 hours. Now, I don't know if they show anything that happened in the last 24 hours. I don't think all of it. I think none of this happened in the last 24 hours. I think this is what happened all through the year, the past couple of years, actually, because there have been drone sightings all year. I'm talking about even in 2023. I seen them on TikTok. But yeah, I just want to know what you think about that. Leave your comments. Drop a like so this video can be put out to the algorithm, and more people could, see what's going on. I know everybody should know what's happening, but some people aren't seeing this in their algorithm. And they say ignorance is bliss. So, but at the same time, we do need to be out here in a way that we're helping others. We need to make sure that people are aware of the situation that we're going through in the world today. I talked to my homie from Belgium. They said they don't see anything of this sort. But I know it is happening in the UK. It is happening in Europe. It is happening in Africa. You see these sightings all over the world at this point. So let's figure it out together as a community. You know what I'm saying? And let's put the fear to an end. Anybody who's fearful, just pray about it. Just know that we are still one with God, and God is within us. So just know we're gonna be all right at the end. Don't let these people scare y'all and fool y'all. And if these are real aliens, then we just gonna have to do what we gotta do, baby. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.